What's been his emphasis as he builds the defense?
It's all of our first camp. So there's been a lot of conversations and discussions since the springtime of what we would do and how we want to do it and implement. And I think Sean's been a big part of that, but so has Corliss Williamson and the staff that was already here with Mike and Matt and Scott King. But Sean obviously has a wealth of experience at the places he's been and the responsibilities he's had. And so I think that's what you feel a lot of times is just some of the install and the nuance and attention to detail. He's been doing it for a very long time at a high level.
When you guys have somebody like Wimby, it's going to be a lot of fun to have those meetings in the springtime. Like, what can we do with this guy and these other guys around him defensively? And when did defense, was it in those kind of meetings, it was like, hey, that's got to be our focus when we have somebody like that?
Yeah, I think that's been the focus here for a long time, and I think even when things haven't gone as well as we've wanted to, you're still building a foundation of habits and a style of play that you want to grow into.
Can I say something? I just want to say this. Say what you want about Mitch Johnson, but the man does sound like a coach. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what I mean by it, but when you hear him speak, he sounds like a coach.
Too. And so hopefully, even maybe some of the things that we're working on now, hopefully we're a little bit better in mid-November, and then hopefully we're a little bit better in mid-January, and so on and so forth. But obviously, Victor's defensive skill set and versatility allows you to be creative, but I think it's also important to have a base and kind of have somewhere to grow from, and anchor to.
Really random question. It has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't matter. It has no effect on whether or not we win these games, right? Do you think Mitch Johnson's fun to hang out with? I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's young and hungry, but he doesn't seem fun to hang out with. Is that crazy to say? I don't know. He just doesn't seem very playful. I could be wrong though. I hope he is. I think that's a good quality of a coach. He just doesn't seem that playful. Good coaching voice. Good coaching voice. When they announced that he was, the coach and Pop came up and spoke and everything, and I saw Mitch Johnson with his family, and it was very sweet. It's I love seeing I love seeing people with their families, right? It makes me happy inside. But I was just like, man, they just seem so serious. I don't know. Not my vibe.
This might be a difficult question to answer, but this is obviously your first camp in charge. Is there anything people would notice that is different from maybe a pop camp that you're doing different?
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of differences in that question.
Yeah.
I think for me, speaking from that perspective, it's really unique to coach 77 games in a row, pretty much very close to a whole season. And then think about
Clan Mitch is Duncan-esque. To the world, he is boring, but for the Spurs, he's a wild guy. Well, I keep up with everything, and no, I thought Tim Duncan was always pretty fun. Even to the world, right? They're like, hey, he just does his job, he just does his thing, but there was plenty of Duncan moments. People knew that Duncan was pretty playful, It doesn't matter. I'm just curious. You're probably right, though. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
for 5.5
I don't think we got a Bill Belichick thing going on here.
months how you would prepare since you didn't have an opportunity to prepare before those 77 games. It's a very unique perspective in time of reflection that I went through, especially with a lot of the same, right? We have some new staff and some new players, but it really did give me quite a lot to think about of what I would do for camp. So it's been fun.
Saw Kelly out there. Where's his recovery at?
Yeah, he's progressing well. He's continuing to do more and more on the court. Obviously, he competed some today, and I think again, someone with his experience, we trust him as much as the medical kind of partnering and just how do you feel, what's it look like, and continue to get better and get in shape. So,
Fox and Harper, how much have they been able to do on the floor?
Yo, thanks for the super chat, Larry. He says, just sending love to start the season off. Salute to you, brother, for holding it down for the fam all these years. Oh, gosh, has it been years? Oh, God. Yeah, we started making videos on here since Kawhi got traded. Hey, we've been through some tough times, man. This channel's about to blow up now. It's about to blow up because we finally got a winning team. Man, we went through some hard times. We're winning the chip. Okay. Oh my God. 81-1 season incoming. Loves. Didn't you say this last season? And what's the one game? You might as well just say 82-0. What's the one game that we lose? It's kind of disrespectful. It's like more disrespectful to say 81-1 than just say 82. What's that one game we're gonna lose? You're strange. I like you, Larry.
again, have been progressing on the court. Everybody is trending in the right direction. Not everybody's timeline is the same. And again, in October the 3rd, I think today is, we're not going to be
No team is perfect. Oh, okay.
hard pressed because we know we got a long season ahead of us. So we're going to take the conservative approach as we always do. But everybody's trending the right way. Everybody's on the court and everybody's getting work in.
After we talked to you on Monday, they brought out De'Aaron.
Oh, your home team.
Doesn't think he'll be cleared for the first game against Dallas. Does that jive with what you're hearing? Or?
I mean, that would be the conservative approach, right? Again, we're not going to do anything that.
Do we have to? I don't know, guys. Just let me. I would handle this, okay? Just let me handle things. I need everyone to play day one, okay? I'm gonna treat it like it's the finals. Day one, you got to play, and then you can take a couple days off. Give me a job.
Puts him or anybody in harm's way or to try to rush anything, game one, and then you got 81 after that, right? At least. So he's doing really well. I think he already said he's the fastest guy in the league right now. So that's a good place to start from.
It could be a little longer than one.
He is the fastest. Dude, if it was a 62 game season, you think he plays? I think he plays day one if it's 62 games.
You said that's the conservative.
I mean, I think the conservative approach is we just don't have a timeline, right? Everybody that's not playing, we'd rather be a little long than short, a little late than early.
What have you seen from Devin the first week of camp? He kind of mentioned that this is the first time in a long time he had a full summer healthy to ramp up towards this. Are you noticing the difference just in health-wise?
Yeah, and I think anytime someone has a full off season.
Does Mitch Johnson look like Terrence Howard? He doesn't, but he does. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mike.
And healthy, and they put in the right work and right approach, you typically see the return on that, right? These guys have a lot of resources, and they obviously have a lot of natural ability, and so when you mix that together, you usually get results. And so it's been nice to see him do that, and he's just an adult, I guess is how I see it, which is funny to say because I remember when he wasn't.
Tell me that tape fell out of your pocket, Mike. Tell me it fell out your pocket, Mike.
Within 7 games last year, you were coming back in a similar role, obviously more preparation. How big of a focal point is stability with health you coming back with all the uncertainty there was last year? How big of a boon is that going to be for this group?
I think health is every year, every team, right? It's the one thing you can't control. So you knock on wood and do what you can in your preparation and your recovery and your medical team that we feel like we have the best of. But, at the same time, you got to go out and play and compete. So we'll do what we can control, but the stability piece for sure, and being able to have consistency and connectivity just in terms of what we want to do and me trying to be a
Clan, is there any more funny footage of Chet not maxing the limits with the 15-pound weights like last time? Actually, I think those weights were heavier than what we thought initially. Somebody pointed that out. So yeah, I think we were wrong on that. But still, it still looks very funny, and he did not get any bigger. The truth is this: Chet Holmgren, he's going to be limited in how much mass he can put on and how much strength he can put on because of his frame, right? Like, people really underestimate the frame part. They think everyone can just become a Giannis if you pump weights enough. That's not true. Everyone has different frames, right? And it's only so big you can get. I don't think Chet is one of those that can get that big. Wemby, however, has a crazy frame, so it's very obvious how strong and big that dude can get, So, yeah, Wemby gained more muscle and strength. He definitely did. Like, the other season, I was, like, rolling my eyes when people said it. This season, yeah, he did. Like, it's very obvious. And it's very obvious he gotten taller, too. So
as organic as I can to leave my imprints and lead and set the vision and the expectations for these guys.
How different is it when you're in the head chair making decisions on the injury stuff?
yeah, you don't see swole dudes with extra narrow shoulders. Yeah, it don't happen.
Like, how much we want to put.
And that's fine. Like, he'd still be very successful. I mean, he just won a championship, right? I mean, he was a role player, but he can still be a really great defender. He can be a great outside shooter, but he's going to be limited, right? It's not going to be on the same level as Wemby when they go head to head. Like, he's not going to be able to compete with the Wemby. He just can't. Not one-on-one, but as a cog in a really good system. And I don't mean that as like he's just a cog, right? He's going to be really good. I think Chet's going to be really good. But I also think Chet is very limited. And I don't wish this for him, and I don't wish this on anyone, but I do think if you're talking about guys that are tall, that has risk of injury, I feel like Chet would be higher on that list than Wemby. But I mean, what do I know? I mean, Wemby just dealt with a blood clot, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. I think most people would agree with that.
Versus being conservative to get a guy back to play and making decisions about how to adjust the rotation over like a period of time based on how available you think a guy's going to be.
You're saying in relation to injury?
Yeah.
None. We've always, since I've been here, even when I was as an assistant coach and worked very closely with the medical, we've always made decisions as a group. There'll be player or a group of, that he trusts in his inner circle and a group of people with us, and we'll discuss it. We don't have one person that's the judge, jury, and executioner on that. Obviously, I'll be a big part of that conversation.
I love that everyone respects the input of professionals, and I know that that's like, I don't know. I just feel like that should be a baseline with everything. I don't want to go into a rant, but oh my God, society today, no one trusts professionals at all. Everyone thinks that they're the expert on everything. It irritates me like crazy. It's like people that will go to school for multitude of years, so much experience, having hundreds upon hundreds of cases that they can jump back to as a state of reference to tell you, hey, I think this person is in this state, and they can go and they can practice, they can play or whatnot. I really respect people that have professions and things, and I think that is good and healthy for society when we all can rely on the experts rather than everyone doing their own research on everything. I don't know. That's my rant. If you can't trust professionals, then what are we doing? Now we're just going off of fifis. That's why this is why I love the Spurs, okay? As an organization, when you say they're a class act organization, everyone sees the players. They sit back and they're like, this player is such a great guy. He's such a nice guy. But it's everything about this organization. They're awesome. It's everything about them. They put the ego aside. Listen to the professionals. That's why I knew that whole Kawhi situation was BS. When they were like, oh, well, it's the Spurs doing this, that, and the third. It's like, I've kept up with Spurs for a long time. They listen to the doctors. They don't just force you out there to play. Like, they make sure everything is good. Everyone listens to the experts. It's not like just one sole dictator that just dictates everything. I hate that, bro. I hate it. I don't know. That's my mini rant, okay? Said the death of expertise. It just pisses me off when everyone has a phone, so they just think they're expert at everything. Meanwhile, somebody who went to college and for a multitude of years and so many hours put into a profession, oh well, whatever. God, do you call your doctor to come fix your car? Do you call your mechanic when your tummy hurts? Irritates me. Yeah, Uncle Dennis. Yeah. Expert dictator. Yeah, I just mean society in whole, man. Irritates me.
But yeah, I would never inject my voice into that over somebody else.
When it comes to your
And I can't stand. This is my pet peeve. I can't stand people that talk about things like with a lot of confidence and they know nothing about it. If I'm talking about something Spurs related, right, and I genuinely don't know, I'll tell you guys I don't know. This is what I feel, but I don't know, right? And then once we get more information, I'll relay that to you. But like, people will like literally just talk about something, know nothing about it with the most confidence. That's my pet peeve. I hate people like that. I cannot stand people like that. This is why I love the Spurs. And this is why I hate the Cowboys. Because I'm a Cowboys fan. This is why I hate them. This is why I hate them. Because you have someone like Jerry Jones who just thinks he knows everything about everything. Okay. That's my rant. That's my rant.
It's your organic imprint, as you put it. What would you say is maybe your tenet, the thing that you're leaning on most in terms of like the question Jeff asked? You learning how to make this your own this summer. What has been one of those main factors that you're bringing to camp or that you've really tried to focus on as a head man?
I know this won't be a splashy headline, but being myself, and I think just really using my staff. I think really allowing them to use their talents and delegate. And
No. Being an owner for like 50 years does not make you an expert. No. He's an expert in marketing. He's been an expert in that, obviously. He bring in so much money with the Cowboys. Obviously, he's good at that. He's good at marketing. He's good at selling his product, his awful product every year. Yeah, he's good at that. He can do that. He's a salesman. But my God, bro, he will make statements on medical issues and like give his suggestions on players medically. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I remember that Hard Knocks thing they did with the Cowboys, and he was literally like kind of like pressuring the doctors to allow Dak to play. He's like, well, can he just throw the ball a little bit? I think he should just be able to throw the ball a little bit. And they're like, no, he can't throw the ball at all. Like, well, are you sure he can't do this? It's like, shut up. No, you don't know anything. Stop acting like you know stuff. I don't know.
Use that to help me and support me, and then allow me to compartmentalize and not get overwhelmed or get too spread out. So I think my staff has been tremendous in that way.
Who won 5 Super Bowls? Jerry Jones ain't won no 5 Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson won those 3. He won those 3. You can say he didn't win the 3rd one. That was his team. And Jerry ain't never won with a team by himself. He ain't never done that. It was Jimmy Johnson.
Steph Castle told me the other day in one of our
Jimmy Johnson chose those players.
that he kind of, as a rookie, didn't want to step on anybody's toes, and so he felt like maybe he was holding back a little bit coming into the season. Obviously, he's well grew as the season progressed and played even more when
Exactly, Frosty.
you guys lean on him more. How do you see his second year growth? His what kind of step he takes in year 2, and what's the ceiling for this guy?
Man, Jerry Jones came in and then he fired Tom Landry. Ain't that what happened? Like Tom Landry was gone when Jerry came in. Jerry's horrible, bro. Yeah, he's an expert. Yeah, he's an expert con artist. That's what he is. Expert con artist. He's great at that.
I think anytime you go through something for the first time, it gives you the opportunity to kind of catch your breath. Anything new can be a lot, right? Whether it's nerves or it's expectations or a little overwhelming. The game's fast is a term we use a lot in basketball. And, so I think everything that was thrown at him last year and the way that he reacted and adapted, you would expect some leap in growth there. I think also hopefully us being healthy and him not always having to at times handle the ball, score, pass, create, then guard. Hopefully that's when you add different pieces and more pieces and healthy people all together. Everybody will feel that effect a little bit of the group pulling together. And if I take a little bit off your plate and you take a little bit off his plate, and that allows everybody to kind of at times lock in and focus in on different things as whatever the task at hand calls for.
What do you think we're going to say about him 5 years from now? About whether he's a lockdown defender or where he's a volume scorer or where he's a creator? 5 years from now, we look back and we talk about Steph Castle's game. What's going to be the characteristic that you think we talked about?
I think it could be what you just did, right? Like he has the capability of doing some of all that. And I think as long as he keeps his head on straight and keeps working, he's going to have the capacity to grow in all those areas. And
Steph Castle is going to be like a better Derek White. He's a more because Derek White, it took a long time to get confidence, and then I think he also came into the league a little older. So yeah, Steph Castle, he's going to be a more confident Derek White with a little bit more athleticism. He's going to be really good. Really, really good. Could potentially be a star. I'm not banking on it, though. Nor does he have to be. But he could be. I feel like Dylan Harper, though, definitely going to be a star. Maybe even a superstar. Like, I'm really bought into that.
I think that's a tremendous skill to have in this league, to be able to be a lockdown defender, to be able to be a volume scorer, to be able to create for your teammates. There are very good players that can't do all those things. And so for someone that has the potential that he has at his age, wow.
So you said he'll be an all-star. Is it crazy? Like, I saw some people upset with me saying this, and they're like, dude, you said this. Like, people love to do that when they just don't like one of my takes. They'll bring up something random that I said. And I said before that I feel like at some point Sohan could end up being in an all-star game, right? And when I said that, what I was referring to was the fact that when you're on a winning team and everyone is contributing to some degree, you add a little bit of popularity as well, and you just have that one pretty good season next to your superstar that you could end up making it to an all-star game. Like, I didn't think that was that crazy of a take to say that that doesn't mean that Jeremy Sohan is an all-star player. I think there's a difference there, right? Like, when you say you're an all-star player, I think that means like you can make an all-star game any year, right? Throughout your prime younger day. Like you could make an all-star game any year and you do multiple ones and I'm like, you're an all-star player. Making an all-star game, I don't think that's like that crazy to do. I know there's only so many spots, but I could very well see like a really good Spurs team, him having that one really good season, getting recognition. Maybe they win a championship, right? And then, he's one of those players popular enough, not popular demand, he might end up making an all-star game. I don't think that's crazy. Is that a crazy statement to say? I know it's really hard to make all-star games now, but like, I don't know. Would you call like DeJounte Murray an all-star player? He's not, but he made an all-star game. I can see that. Sohan could be an all-star. Castle could be an all-star player. Yeah. See, there's a difference, right? Like I could see Castle being an all-star player. Dylan Harper will be an all-star player. And I could see Sohan making an all-star game. But like people love to bring that up when they're like, you said he'll be an all-star. It's like, I don't think it's that crazy. Yeah. Yeah, even DeJounte Murray got his all-star year. DeJounte Murray got an all-star game, but he's not an all-star player. He's not an all-star. Yeah, he did have all-star stats that year, though. But the thing about DeJounte, too, was that team was really bad, right? I think that might have hurt him, too. Made it a little more difficult for him to just make it in. But if the Spurs are being very successful, they win a championship or two, and he has a really good season, just one of those really good seasons, like, he's very popular. The NBA, they're going to want certain guys to be in there. And I think he'll be a popular one, a popular demand. I think he can make one.
How's Dick looking?
Good. No, he's healthy. It's great to see him back on the court. Again, we've all had a long off season. He's had a longer one, right? So it's just nice to be able to see him enjoy playing basketball.
You got the scrimmage coming up tomorrow and the preseason game right behind that. I mean, out of everybody on the roster, do you feel like he's chomping at the bit to get on the floor after that layoff that you mentioned?
I think so, for sure. And I think they all are, right? It's funny. It's already game time in the preseason now. And
BR, I don't think anybody's talking about this season as far as all-stars, yeah. Wimby will be, but yeah, that's about it.
We've been day 4, but they're probably already tired of playing against each other, and you know how it goes. So they played against each other and competed, and now they want, to keep score for real, and that's what they should want. So it'll be fun.
I got to at least try. Is he 7'6"?
Don, I can't get that high. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know if Willie Nelson could get that high.
You're talking about being yourself when you're putting this.
I never wanted to spend money for courtside seats. I mean, I can't. It's so expensive. I don't have the money for that. But man, seeing Wimby courtside could be something. Cause I've been to a couple games, and you don't really like. He's obviously freakishly tall, but from my angle, you just can't really grasp how tall he is. I would want that. I would want to be on courtside. Maybe you guys can make that happen for me one day. We get enough subs. You guys donate enough, and maybe we can make that happen. Or maybe never. Just a dream. I'll wait till it's prime, and then the courtside seats will be $5 million.
Situations in life, you kind of learn more about who you are. So I'm curious, over this last year, what have you learned about what being yourself means?
Being yourself. What did you learn about being yourself? What if he just bust out in like a High School Musical song? That's such a corny question. It's fine. It's not. I'm not judging the guy for the question. It just came across as like, we're all in this together.
I think it means trusting the principles and the values that I was raised with as a person and what I believe in, and then I think also trusting and appreciating all the men.
And you can bet on that. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it.
Mentorship and the people that I've been blessed to work with and for in my time as a coach and even play for as a player, because you still draw upon those experiences as well.
You made it the two guys this camp, just the way that they're working, so you have to be playing with these guys here.
We have 21 guys in camp, and all 21 guys have positively contributed to practice as much as any camp that I can remember in a variety of ways.
Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it.
Mitch Johnson's great, bro. I like Mitch Johnson a lot. I like him a lot. And you can bet on that.